and you save her, or pluck, and then it shows like a hair pop out of a dude's face, and you like pluck the hair.
So is it like a typical Mario like playstyle game?
No, not at all. I mean, there are games that are Mario style where you're platypus, but you.
Oh, you fucking asshole! You knew what I was doing. You knew I was trying to get you to say the word of the day, didn't you? You fucking dick.
I did know that
because like you hesitated for a minute there, and I was like, "Oh, he fucking knows. He knows." And then you totally.
Yeah. So, so there are little ones where you're jumping around. But there are also like mini games where you're bowling a bowling ball. I mean, and because it's on the 3DS, there's a mixture of like 3D games and 2D games. And I don't mean 3D as in like the 3D screen. I mean 3D as in like graphics wise. So that's kind of cool. Definitely worth a try. And if you are a hardcore gamer, or even if you're a casual gamer,
we're not.
But if you're a hardcore gamer and like you have ever played a game where you complete a task and you go like, wow, that was really hard. I'm proud of myself, but like no one will ever know that I did that. WarioWare is all of those moments in games where you
That's
go.
a real. I mean, I don't know if that was sad or not. I mean, I kind of like what you're saying, but it's also that was a very sad fucking explanation.
Well, do you ever feel like that where you try to jump?
Yeah,
this
I mean,
gap?
you're. It's kind of like it's one of those things where it's like don't bring your fucking cell phone to something really cool because like don't try to just take pictures or whatever. Live in the moment, and so it's kind of like you're saying live in the fun moment, but realize that no one else is going to be there with you, so it's just a memory for you.
Yeah, I mean,
we got way too philosophical with this. Fucking WarioWare is WarioWare. We don't have to fucking philosophize. I just said falafel size.
Have you ever had a falafel?
I have. We don't have to
philosophize, right?
No, that's not the right word. We don't have to philosophical. Oh, fuck. We don't have... Oh, I'm digging myself deeper now. We don't have to philosophize. We don't have to philosophize. Nope. We don't have to...
Philosophize?
I'm a philosopher, so I philosophize. I'm a philosopher, so I philosophically tell you things. We don't have to philosophically talk about WarioWare Gold, but, it is what it is. See, I knew I'd get it. That's, Pixar. When you're doing your little voice acting, hire me for the lead.
Yeah.
Because it's a good philosophy. It's a good philosophy.
Philosophize.
Was that the word we were looking for?
Yeah, it's philosophize.
Fuck. Okay.
Which
move on.
Said. I think that was my first one I said.
Whatever. Move on. Move on. We have to move on to our next section, which is about a game developer studio that Fred doesn't know about, but I'm going to tell him.
Crystal Dynamics is now expanding, and they're going to start a new studio called Crystal Northwest.
That's correct.
I did a little bit of research on this because, truth be told, I did not know off the top of my head some of the games that they made.
So they're based out of California, San Francisco area. This new studio is going to be based out of Washington State.
All right.
So they're getting some really talented people from the likes of it. The likes or from the looks? Doesn't matter.
Looks of it.
From the looks of it. They specifically said there's a article on indiegamers.club. Man, that's a fucking obscure reference. But, I don't want to plagiarize, so if I'm reading from their article, I want to give them credit.
Ouch.
Yep, Filip Miucin can fuck off. Okay. It said they're aggressively scaling up their teams. That's what a statement from the studio said. They've assembled a team of veterans and leaders in order to create a gaming experience to surpass expectations with our passionate community. It sounds like they're getting people from developers like this guy, Vincent Napoli, who is combat designer there, who was recently on the latest God of War. Everyone from God of War is going to do other things. Another person, Ben Wannett, who worked on Dead Space franchise. They're getting people from the Call of Duty franchise from 314... fuck that one up. 343 Industries, rather. Jesus. And they're also getting some other people that have worked on Naughty Dog and at EA. So this is going to be a pretty big deal, but you know what I'm so excited? So this studio, by the way, is the one that redid, or that did the best-selling franchise of the PlayStation generation.
Tomb Raider. They've also done some other big ones. I mean, they worked on the Legacy of Kain series, that Soul Reaver, Blood Omen, And they've worked on the Gex series. They've done a couple franchise they've done a couple license things, some Disney things.
And it looks like they're... Yeah. What I'm excited about, this new series specifically is going to be working on a game that I'm so fucking excited about. It's going to be published by Square Enix, which is interesting. But it is in regards to Marvel Entertainment and Properties. The game is the Avengers. It's going to be the bee's knees.
They're going to make an Avengers game?
An Avengers game. And it sounds like they're great developers. If they can make a legit Avengers game that rivals the Arkham Knights or Arkham, like series, I will shoot a load into my of laundry, that is, into my washer from a gun. I'll shoot my clothes into the washer.
Oh,
shoot my load. I'm going to be very, very happy if they do that. I mean, don't you think that has potential to be an amazing game? I mean, you're not a big fucking comic book fan because you're a goddamn jackass. But
that's true.
Yeah, but I mean, would you be excited to play an interesting Avengers game?
I think that a new Avengers game, has the potential to be good, and I would like to see a good one.
That was great.
I'm sorry, I don't have a lot of faith in franchise games. I don't care what studio it is, but
what about Insomniac Spider-Man that's coming out? What about the fucking Arkham games I just mentioned?
I get it, but okay, let's say this.
You know what else is a franchise?
What?
I don't know. I was hoping I would come up with something, but I couldn't.
Yeah, you
continue.
I mean, I think like something that's been more of a conversation these last few years are game or movie studios in general understanding and starting to realize that if you have a quality video game, it can do a lot for you, and it can really feed your business. And I think they tried to do that with Star Wars, and they messed it all up. But I think that the fact that they want to bring all of these good, like, celebrated developers together to make a franchise game means that they're not just.
I mean, you're thinking more of like a licensed game, a licensed franchise.
Licensed, yeah, that's what I'm saying. A licensed franchise.
I just let you dig your own grave until I corrected you.
It's fine.
So
when you get a licensed franchise, a lot of times I think they just say, "This is our budget. Make it in this amount of time. Whatever it is what it is." And that's why you end up with a lot of shitty franchise games.
Correct. Colonial Marines, Aliens, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Spider-Man 3, go fuck yourself.
Lately, though, I think that, companies are being a little bit smarter.
Total Recall, the game on NES. Go fuck yourself.
Yep. So,
and last but not least, E.T. for the Atari. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. That was ambition that ruined that game.
Well, it's ambitious for me not to want to beat your fucking ass on a daily basis, Frederick.
That's true. That's true.
Do you think it'd be ambitious to go to our next topic?
I think it would.
Good. I'm excited about that game. We'll find out more about it in the future.
Quake Con. So we got to see a little bit more of Quake Champions. That game has been in early access and is out of early access now, from what I understand.
I mean, they just essentially, they didn't really say it's out of early access or beta or whatever it's doing. They just said that it is now free from now on for anybody that wants to play it. You can buy every character that's out now and future characters for less than $20.
Fantastic. That's not bad.
I'm excited to play it. It's a very fast-paced Overwatch-style game in the same vein as Quake, and there's different characters from the OG Quakes from the 90s that are characters to play as.
Well, something I read recently is that they are playing around with the idea of kind of making Quake Champions the Smash Brothers of first-person shooters. And the way that they have kind of started that is Doom Guy is in there.
I did not know this.
Yeah. And in an
But I mean,
interview,
if it's only Bethesda properties, that's still fine. There's a lot of Bethesda properties, but does that mean you're going to fucking see the Fallout dude? Like somebody from Vault, whatever the fuck in it?
Yeah,
Are you going to see the Skyrim dude?
Yeah, that was exactly what the conversation was. Is they're like, we want to see Skyrim characters and things like that. And in an interview, the guy said, we have been talking about that. He's like, I don't know when that's going to happen, but it might. And it doesn't mean it just has to be Bethesda. I mean, if you look at Smash Brothers, they started adding characters who weren't Nintendo a long time ago. I mean, Solid Snake was on the GameCube.
I'm looking at the Quake Champions Doom Slayer. It's awesome because his head, if you take his helmet off, it's like the legit head of the old school Doom guy.
Right.
It's awesome.
So that's a fun little tidbit. And for those who don't know what Quake Champions is, yeah, it is a class-based first-person shooter in the style of Quake. So it's very fast-paced. Not my kind of game. Way too fast-paced for me, at least right now.
Say fast-paced one more time, please.
I don't know if it'll become less fast-paced if I spend some time with it, but it's fast-paced.
All right. Well, it looks good. It looks fun. I might try it out. I mean, it's free. Why the fuck not?
Did we learn anything about Rage 2 at Quake Con?
They had some new gameplay that looked great. I mean, it just looks like a fun style game. It's made by Avalanche and the developers of, I mean, it's id. But id and Avalanche joined together. Avalanche is popular for their Mad Max game. When I was showing one of my friends from work the entire conference that they did at Quake Con, he goes, "Hey, this looks a lot like Mad Max." And I was like, "Funny you say that. These motherfuckers helped make the Mad Max game."
Fantastic.
They showed some, I don't know, maybe new weapons or new gameplay. It looks fun. It's going to be a blast. It's what Borderlands 3 should be right now, but we don't have an announcement of Borderlands 3, so
right.
I'll take this.
Do we know what this is coming out on? Have they announced that?
Everything. Oh shit, maybe not Switch. Although I will say there's some announcements on Switch coming up, but more in the vein of Doom. I wonder if why wouldn't Rage come out for Switch? Maybe that's what I'm thinking about. They could do Doom 1 and 2 on it.
Yeah, that brings us to our next after.
Bring Rage 2 Switch. Id Software looking into Rage 2 port for Switch. So they might use the same people that ported the Doom game. So I'm okay with that.
Cool. There can never be too many
ports.
Yeah.
To Switch.
Right.
That company currently is working on Warframe, but whatever.
Yeah. So yeah, moving on to our next part of the QuakeCon here, Doom finally revealed the Doom Eternal gameplay, and to me, it looks really good. You said it initially that you thought it looked like more of the same.
No, I was fucking with you. That was before I even watched it. I watched this and I was just like, "Oh my fuck, this looks amazing."
So this made me feel like they were taking some cues from not only other successful first-person shooters, but other successful games. Some of those games being Celeste, Cuphead, games in that genre where you have a lot of mobility. You're able to jump higher. You're able to dash. You have a lot of power.
Let me explain what id finally realized, because I don't know if you remember, Doom 3 came out years ago, probably 10, 15 years ago, and it was fine, but it was more of a survival horror game. It was very slow paced and shit, and it was hard as fuck. Then they redid Wolfenstein a couple years back, and it was great. And it followed the same thing of just fun action, first-person shooter, but that didn't take itself too seriously. There's only two types of ammo in Wolfenstein, which is light ammo and heavy ammo, which is what it used to be. And there's shields, everything you walk over, and the Doom's the same way. And back in the 90s, they were the same way, both games. You just walk over the ammo, and you pick it up. You walk over the armor, you pick it up. And like I said, there's only a couple different types of ammo, only two, I believe, for Wolfenstein. So they realized that mechanic people latched onto because it wasn't the Call of Duty first-person shooters and stuff. And so they were really, really fucking happy about it. They're like, you know what? We're going to fucking make Doom the same way, but you're going to be a badass that demons are actually scared of. And even though the demons are hard as fuck and creepy as shit and awesomely badass, bad guys, you're going to be able to just walk in there and beat the shit out of them and kill them. And so they're taking that one step further with Doom Eternal, which is the sequel to it, in the same way that Wolfenstein 2 did it, just a year or two ago when that got released. This is Hell on Earth, which is what everybody's been asking for, because Doom 2 was Hell on Earth as well, on the OG Doom. So I don't know. It looks really cool. They've beefed up your armor. You have you pretty much, it turns you into the fucking Predator, because you have a cannon on your shoulder that you can shoot different shit with, and you also have a fucking knife blade that protrudes out of your the side of your wrist, kind of, not in your suit, not in your actual wrist. And you can cut motherfuckers. It looks like you can upgrade it to make it a chainsaw or a flame blade and stuff. And you have a grappling hook.
Yeah,
which makes it a first person shooter, but other type fucking games and stuff.
Yeah, it's really cool. It kind of reminds me of, even